Hi everybody, so I decided to do a new tutorial over how to use the actions because I see that there's a lot of confusion or not confusion, but there's a lot of people that don't really know how to use them. So I'm going to show you how I did, for example, the Steelers video. So I selected football and I added the team Steelers, and then I set a scene to my lights. So all my lights have like scenes, and it's important to note that ConnectedRoom cannot change the colors of a scene. So if you put, let's say, a scene, like the most common mistake is people set, let's say, siren, and they expect the siren to be yellow, but like it will be red and blue because that's the color of the scene. So you can create DIY scene into the Govee app and they will appear in ConnectedRoom. The only integrations that support dynamic colors for effect is Lifix and GE Sync, that is an incoming integration. So to counter that, let's say you have a scene for the Steelers and you want to use it for other teams, you can create a default action. So you select all the sports, all the triggers you want. And here you can see I disabled basketball because I want another action for basketball with shorter animations. So I selected all the stuff, and on this default action, just don't select any team. So it means that it's gonna trigger for any team. So like when you're not watching your team and you don't have an action for that team, it's gonna trigger this one as a fallback. So the priority system for actions is, let's say the Eagles scored a touchdown. So ConnectedRoom will look for any actions that has the Eagles as a team. And if it found one, it's gonna trigger it. If it doesn't find an action that has the Eagles in it, it's gonna default to any action that has like a trigger for touchdown. So by making an action with no team selected, it will act as a fallback for any team that you don't have like anything set up for. There's also ways to do game start animations and stuff. So here I set my lights to my team colors when the game starts, but you can choose the opponent color, the home team, the away team, the winning team, the losing team. You can put a custom color. So there's like the game start trigger, and you also can create intermission scenes. Like let's say you're watching hockey, you can do an intermission scene by adding a period end. So at the period end on my lights, how I set up my room is that I set a scene that I created in Govee on all of my lights, and I set them to stay. So stay on this scene indefinitely. So like it will stay on that until the next action is gonna trigger. The next action is gonna be period start. So I also created an action with the period start, and the way I set it up is to display the winning team. So it's going to display the lead, the team with the lead in this current game. But you can put my team to put it back to your team color. I like to have like dynamic room, so I don't root for like one specific team. I just enjoy the sport. And then there's also a specific trigger that you can use for game end. There is something called snapshot. So instead of like putting one color, multiple color, you can put snapshot. And all it's gonna do is when you have a snapshot for the game end, it's gonna make a save, like a snapshot of your lights before the game. And when you have a game end action with snapshot, it's just gonna reset your lights to how they were before the game. So you can create a game end trigger like that.